Hi guys, thanks for joining me again for this week's bite-sized yoga. Today we're going to do a very simple lunchtime refresh that you can do sitting at your desk chair. So this is maybe if you haven't got time to take your lunch or you just haven't got time for a full-size class. It's very simple but very effective. All you need is yourself and your chair, and we're just going to get started. To begin with, just coming to the very edge of your chair, feet planted on the floor, hands resting gently on your thighs. And you're just going to come into some simple heel raises. So pushing your toes into the floor, contracting your calf muscles, maybe putting some gentle pressure through the hands to give yourself a little bit of extra juice. Letting the blood flow. If you've been sitting still for a long amount of time, pumping the blood through the legs. And releasing, coming slightly further back in the chair, holding on to the arms. If you don't have arms, you can just hold on underneath like this. Letting your left foot press into the floor. On an exhale, straightening out your right knee, flexing through the foot. Exhale, release. And the left leg, straightening and release. Straightening and release. Straightening and release. Making sure you're trying to keep your back as straight as possible as you do this. Keeping your knees in line with one another and making sure your feet are flexed as you lift them. And release, shaking out your hands if you've been holding on tightly. Next, we're going to do a brief twist. So this is really lovely if you've been hunching over your desk, working to open up through the chest and the shoulders. Bringing your right hand to the outside of your left knee and letting your left hand come to the arm of your chair. So very gentle, starting to look over to the left side, making sure that there's equal weight pushing down through both glutes. You don't want one lifting up, moving away. Shoulders pulling downwards, you don't want them crowding your ears. And release, repeating on the other side, left hand to the right thigh, right hand to the arm of the chair, and gently using them as a lever. Maybe looking to the side or over your back shoulder, creating a spiral through your spine. And back to center. Once again, coming towards the edge of the seat, we're going to come into a seated cat-cow, bringing your hands onto your knees. As you inhale, puff the chest forward, tilt your pelvis forward, shoulders pulling down, looking up towards the sky. And as you exhale, push everything away, rounding through the back, tucking the hips underneath, chin to the chest, hollowing the stomach. Inhale, peeling forwards, articulating through the spine. Exhale, rounding back. Inhale forwards. Exhale back. Just a couple more times. You can go slower or faster than me, whatever feels good in your body right now. Exhale. One more time. Pulling forwards. Exhale, round. And coming back up to a neutral spine. Staying at the edge of your seat, bringing your right knee in towards your chest. I'm just holding it there for a second. Maybe just pulsing as you pull it towards you. Loosening through the glute and the hamstring and the hip. Bringing the right foot just above the left knee, resting on the thigh. flexing the right foot deeply. That protects your knee so you don't cause any damage there. And letting your right knee open out. So you should feel a strong stretch through the outside of the right hip and thigh. Maybe using your right hand to push down on that knee to intensify the stretch. Breathing deeply. If you want a little bit more stretch here, you can start to peel the left heel away from the floor. So that's pulling the right knee closer to you. Just creating a little bit more of a sticking point there through the hip. You might even start to gently tip forwards. Working on any tight knots or kinks that you have in that hip. This is a really great one for that. And coming up, pulling the knee back into your chest before letting it release down onto the floor. And repeating that on the other side, lifting the left knee, hugging it in towards your body. You want to flex and point the foot. Maybe circle it, get rid of any of those clicks that you might have there. Any of those Rice Krispies. Just pumping the leg. Getting some new blood flow through that hip. Might have been stagnating through the day. And then gently bringing the left foot onto the right leg. Don't worry if your knee's up like this and you're feeling really tight. I just want you to work on sitting up straight in that position. You can support the leg with your arm. That's absolutely fine. Otherwise, trying to let your knee fall out to the side, using your left hand to push it gently towards the floor. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose. Working on warming up those hip flexors. Maybe if you feel like you've got space, you can start to peel the right heel away from the floor. Now you're working through the right calf as well as the hip on the left leg. And staying here or starting to tilt forward. Getting the most intense stretch here. A lot of people say that we carry stress in our hips, so it can be really beneficial to just stretch this out, release the tension build up. She says as a police car goes by. I don't know if you can hear that. All the more reason to do it. Coming back up to sit, bringing the left knee to the chest before letting it fall to the floor. Just letting your knees knock in and out. Rolling the shoulders. Lovely. And we're just going to come to our one and only standing pose, but you're still going to need your chair or something that you can balance on. Coming to the back of the chair, we're just going to do a quad stretch, standing on the right foot, picking the left leg up and just holding onto the ankle as much as you can, trying to bring your knees close to each other and in line with each other. If you squeeze through that left glute, you should feel the quad on the left side turn on, and that will make it an even more intense stretch. Trying to keep your hips tucked underneath. If you want to test your balance, you can take your right hand to hold onto the foot as well. Shoulders back. No tension through the jaw. Nice gentle gaze. Releasing that leg. Maybe shaking it out. Holding onto the chair to do this again on the other side. Picking up the right foot. Knees coming in line. Hips tucked, glute squeezed on the right side. Lengthening the psoas. That's the muscle that is attached all the way from your ribs down to the front of your thigh and through your hip. It can get awfully tight when we're sat for too long. It's also what we use when we're trying to climb the stairs, so we need to make sure we take care of it. Maybe challenging your balance, using your left hand to hold on as well. And release, shaking everything out. Coming back to seated. Just one more brief cat-cow, inhaling and stretching forward. Exhale, rounding. And release. And you're ready to go back to your desk, refreshed and feeling a little bit better after the lunch slump. Thank you so much for joining me again today for our bite-sized class. If you've liked this kind of movement, please like and subscribe. I drop a new class every Thursday.